Wow, look at you. Judging by your appearance, you just had a successful interview at the Health Research Center. Am I right?
Yeah, I did, thanks. It was a great interview, but so was the other one I had at a sales company last week. But now, I have 2 job offers.
2? That's great news. What are you worried about?
Nothing, actually. There are good things about both jobs. For instance, everyone at the sales company looked really happy, and the job is similar to what I do now. But at the research company, I can walk to work, and the pay is great.
So what are you waiting for? The research company sounds like it'd be a good match for you.
Yeah, it would be. But there's one thing that would prevent me from accepting a job there.
What's that?
I'd be doing a lot of surveys and working with data. I never learned how to examine data when I was in college. But here, I'd be responsible for a lot of the research done in the department.
I still don't understand what would stop you from taking that job. We all have to start somewhere. But wait, tell me more about the other job.
Well, I think it might be a better match for me. I'll be able to use my sales skills without sitting in front of a computer all day.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but when I calculated my normal pay, it only covers my living expenses. I'm sure I can make extra money if I make a lot of sales. However, it'll be longer hours.
So what do you plan on doing?
Well, my gut feeling is to take the job at the Health Research Center. It's much better pay and closer to home. Even though I don't have all the skills yet, I'll learn more.
I agree. I think you're making the right choice.
Okay, we'd better get busy and order Sylvia's cake. Her birthday is only a week away, and I have a funny feeling choosing the perfect cake will take longer than we think.
You're right. I totally lost track of time.
Yeah, so we want a specialty cake, right?
Right. Okay, I'll look online for a place that makes them. Okay, here's one. Triple Cakes. The company profile says, cakes for all occasions, designs for all themes and budgets, and skilled professional cake decorating. That all sounds good.
It also says free personal advice. That's nice. I get the impression they really want to make their customers happy.
Yeah, but from what I can see, they're not local. I'll check the map. Yeah, they're about an hour away.
An hour? Well, let's look at another profile. Painted by Rose Cakes. It says Rose has won awards and has 15 years of experience making cakes. And it says she's an artist. A painter, of course.
Yeah, look at this. She's actually painted a picture on the cake. A real painting. I've never seen anything like that.
Wow, amazing. But there's the problem of cost. I have a hunch that her cakes are expensive.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at one more. Madrona Cakes. Freshly baked, a variety of flavors, reasonable prices. And they also make cakes low in sugar, cakes with no egg, and dairy-free cakes.
Judging by the description, they might be too healthy.
Maybe, but you know what? I'm starting to feel hungry.
Me too. Well, help me make a decision, and then we can have lunch.
One. You know, my girlfriend and I aren't getting along very well these days. We're always arguing.
But you really like her, right?
Yeah, but there's no point staying together, really. We just have very different views on everything. Like, we'll talk about politics and religion, and we just end up arguing. She's so touchy.
So you don't agree on anything?
No, not really. Well, we both agree that we don't get along. Maybe we should just stop talking about important stuff.
2. You know, I think I'm going to unfriend someone on my social network account. There's this one girl who's always uploading stupid photos. I mean, she'll do it like 10 times a day. It drives me crazy.
And does she post obnoxious comments too?
Oh, yeah. She's always saying rude things about me. She's just weird. Maybe I should text her and ask her to stop. Why didn't I think of that before?
3.
Gosh, don't you hate it when people talk about you behind your back?
Oh, yeah. I know someone who's constantly doing that. He's a real pain.
Yeah, it's just not nice. One of my friends in class does it. She'll, tell everyone I'm way too talkative and stuff, and then she tells me how much she likes hanging out with me.
But why does she do that?
I don't know. I guess I should just ignore her.
4.
I have one friend. We were constantly calling each other and everything. But I hardly ever hear from her anymore. I mean, she'll text me every once in a while.
Huh. So, did you have a fight or something?
No. I think she found some new friends, and she tends to hang out with them now.
So, she just dropped you?
Yeah, but I really like her. Maybe I should call her and say I miss her? Maybe she's just busy.
Employers basically want people who will fit in. After all, what you do online shows your true personality.
But your online profile is private information.
So you think it's private? On the contrary. If I can see your profile by looking online, it's not private, it's public. It tells me things that I won't see in an interview.
Yes, but what you see on social networking sites is not the whole person. Social networking sites don't tell you what people are like at work.
I know what you mean, but you need to consider the cost. Employers need to be very careful about the people they employ because it's very expensive to recruit and train new staff.
Yes, I agree. But on the other hand, as an employer, you can't own your employees 24/7. Everyone has a right to have fun in his or her free time.
True, but if I'm looking at 2 people for the same job, I'll probably avoid the person who's always partying.
However, just because they party a lot doesn't mean people are bad at the job. For some jobs, you need friendly, outgoing people.
But it's not just party photos, it's blogs and postings and comments too. For example, I don't want to hire somebody with an off-color sense of humor or someone who sounds arrogant. I want someone who will fit in and work well with other people.
Well, I can see that. On the one hand, you don't want to employ difficult people. But on the other hand, people change at work and behave in a different way with friends. So while the internet may show you one side of a person, you really need to see what a candidate is like in person before you can decide.
Andrea.
Hey, Andrea. Do you still keep in touch with your college roommate?
No, we don't really keep in touch. I mean, occasionally we'll send a card or something. But she doesn't live here now, so...
But you were really good friends, right?
Yeah. I guess I just got busy with work, and she did too. I mean, we didn't fall out or anything. We just kind of stopped calling after a while.
So you just hear from her, on birthdays and stuff?
Yeah, she's always been thoughtful like that. But anyway, why do you ask?
Oh, I was just wondering. I saw her on a social network site the other day.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, it'd be nice to keep in contact with everyone, but you just can't.
Nurai.
Do you ever look up any of your old friends online, Nurai?
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'll try and find old friends, to see where they're working and everything. I mean, I'm not interested in their day-to-day stuff. I hate that.
Yeah, and have you ever contacted any of your old boyfriends?
No, my boyfriend tends to be a bit touchy about things like that, and I don't want him to accuse me of seeing someone else. But anyway, why do you ask? Are you thinking about getting in touch with an old girlfriend?
Yeah, there's one girl. I don't really know why we broke up. I kind of regret it.
Well, you have to think carefully before you contact old boyfriends and girlfriends.
Oscar.
Oscar, I can't believe how many friends you have online.
Yeah, I know. I don't keep in touch with all of them, though. That would be impossible.
So you just check out their profiles?
Yeah, and I'll read the messages people post on my profile. I'm constantly checking those out. It's fun. Though every once in a while, someone will post a mean comment. People can be a bit weird. I mean, it upsets me occasionally.
So what do you do if they do that?
I'll just unfriend them. I guess you can't worry about everything people write about you.
Krista.
It's great to see you after all this time, Krista. So, tell me all about your life for the last 10 years.
Well, I married a really sweet guy a couple of years ago, and we moved here to New York.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw you were here. So, what happened with your old job?
Well, I had to quit and look for a job here, but I got rejected so many times. I mean, I finally found something in sales. It's not ideal, but it's okay.
So, do you still travel a lot?
Yeah, I'm constantly flying someplace. But when I'm traveling, I usually video chat with my husband. So actually, it's not too bad. I think video chat is the best way to communicate with people, really.
Are you ready to unplug? The National Day of Unplugging is celebrated annually in many countries worldwide. People disconnect from technology and send in their selfies explaining their reasons for doing so. These range from the concrete, to read the newspaper, or to get involved in charity work, to the more abstract, to take a breather, or to focus on the things that matter most. Research seems to support these reasons. One study concluded that after taking time out from technology, participants reported that their days had been more productive. They had revised for exams, spoken to their friends more, and even finished a novel. Some said they felt like they were on holiday. There's no need to wait until this day comes around again to switch off. Some young people choose not to own a mobile phone at all. They use the landline to contact friends, and instead of looking at social media, they get active outdoors. Do you want to give this a go on a smaller scale? Store your phone in a mobile phone sleeping bag so that you won't be distracted when it lights up. If you're being disturbed by your larger devices, lock them in a box with a lid. Now that's done, you'll have time for an adventure. If you can afford to go off the grid for longer than a day, consider spending time with your family in a remote cabin. Your adventure doesn't have to stop there. This day could be preparation for a long-distance hike, such as the Camino de Santiago in northwest Spain. But if you're up for a complete change of lifestyle, you could find your inspiration in 17-year-old Maddie Rourke, who grew up in the wilderness. However, if that isn't your thing, or you simply don't have the time, why not try a micro-adventure? What distinguishes this from a full-blown adventure is that they're enjoyed close to home. Try a new means of transport. Get yourself a bike, motorcycle, or scooter and explore your town from a new perspective. If you live near water, paddleboarding and kayaking are great ways to discover the shoreline. For those of you not ready to commit to a full day, try micro breaks. These should be short and regular, but they shouldn't be confused with conventional breaks. While the latter have often been built into our timetables, we often ignore the former. These unscheduled opportunities allow our bodies to recover. Turning your head away from your screen and taking your fingers off the keyboard to fetch some water give your eyes and wrists a rest. Whether it's done once a year or on a regular basis, we're sure you'll find your time unplugged satisfying. What's more, both your mind and body will thank you.
One, Amy.
I've just got into judo. It not only keeps me in shape, but it also helps to take my mind off my schoolwork.
2, Diego.
Some of my friends had signed up for sea kayaking. I wasn't too sure about it as I'm not the world's greatest swimmer. However, I'm so glad I did. Going out onto the sea is a wonderful way to take time out from my hectic daily routine.
3. Leanne.
My friends and I have recently taken an interest in Lindy Hop. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's a very active kind of social dancing. It's a great way to strengthen your legs and generally feel energetic and lively. I also find it calms me down.
4. Emil.
I've just got into wildlife photography. I've always enjoyed bird watching, and now I go out into the countryside, sit back, relax, and wait for the birds to appear. It's a great way to disconnect.
5. Anne-Marie.
A friend of mine showed me some basic origami. You know, paper folding. I can now make all sorts of animals like birds, frogs, and different cats. It's great for taking a quick breather when I'm studying.
One.
I can't sleep unless it's quiet, and we had really loud neighbours when we lived in the city, so I was looking forward to moving to a remote mountain village. If only I'd known the noise would be just as bad. I was shocked by how difficult it was to sleep in those first few weeks. I didn't realise how sounds could travel through the valley at night. It's especially irritating when the dogs start barking. One would start and then another would follow, then another. It was really annoying. Eventually, I managed to adjust, and now it doesn't really bother me, thank goodness.
2.
Hi, Rachel. Are you going to the meeting at the town hall? Everybody's been talking about it.
Meeting? That sounds really boring.
But it won't be. Our teacher recommended it. It's about the plans for a huge park on the edge of town with a skateboarding area.
Really?
Yeah. We should go along. Apparently, the planners want to know what sort of place people of our age need to hang out in.
It's a good idea, provided that they are really interested in us. There's nowhere to skateboard at the moment.
Too true. So are you coming with me?
You bet. I'll meet you there after basketball.
3.
And before I leave you today, I just want to say that we've already received a fantastic number of entries for our new Town Square competition. In case you've forgotten, the Town Council is hoping to improve the shops and local amenities so that everybody can enjoy the public space at the heart of our town. So tell us what you want. You can email or text your ideas. As long as we get them by midnight on Friday, we'll enter them in the prize draw. Don't miss out!
4.
I'll be back by 11 p.m, I promise.
No, that's too late. You'll have to come back earlier. It's a school night.
But you know there aren't any other buses. There's one at 9 and then nothing until 11. The basketball match doesn't finish until 9:30. It's such a pain living here. I wish we'd stayed in our old house.
Look, if you told me earlier, I could have changed the time of my meeting.
It doesn't matter. I'll stay with a friend and get the later bus.
No, it's too late. I'll come and get you. But make sure your phone's on in case I need to text you.
5.
So, Mr. Benton, for teenagers who are thinking of coming to the museum to see the sunken city, what can you tell us about it?
Well, of course, we feel really lucky to be the first city to have this exhibition. If anybody studied ancient Greece or Egypt at school or is generally interested in history, this is a chance to see how two cities that have been lost under the sea for more than 1,000 years have survived. I can't recommend it highly enough, but unless you book soon, you might miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, the exhibition is moving to another museum in just a few weeks.
6.
And good morning from Radio Rex on this chilly December morning. It looks like the freezing temperatures are causing problems today, so please be careful if you're on your way to work. At the moment, there are no signs of things improving, and we've been flooded by calls from drivers who say that several roads have closed in the city centre due to the heavy snow. Queues of traffic have started to form in other areas of the city, and unhappy commuters are reporting severe delays of up to 2 hours. According to a police spokesperson, signs are being put around the city to divert the traffic, but it could take some time before they become effective.
7.
I thought you said your aunt was coming to live near you.
Well, she's looking at a flat in an apartment complex near us, but she'll only move on condition that she sells her house in the country first.
Well, I thought that would sell easily.
Me too. It's a cute house, but really remote. There aren't any neighbours at all, and that puts people off.
Oh, I see. Yes, that would drive me mad. She'll love it when she eventually moves. You're never short of people to talk to around here.
8.
Do you want to go to the gym again this evening? It's half price for students tonight.
But we've already been twice this week. I know we want to get fit, but we don't have to go every day.
Well, what else do you suggest we do? It's too cold to hang out in the park.
You could come to my house, unless you don't want to.
No, it's not that. It's just that I like seeing other friends from school, and the gym is the perfect place for that.
Ha! Is that why you stand around talking so much instead of doing exercise?
Very funny. See you at 8 then.
Okay.
Finding new places to live and work in an increasingly crowded world has never been easy. We take a look at some inspiring cities from the past, the present, and possibly the future.
A.
If you went window shopping in M City, you would probably be very disappointed. Take a closer look and you'll see that behind the shop fronts there's nothing on sale at all. Although it appears to be a real city, it is in fact a 32-acre simulated urban environment that includes a network of roads, pavements, and even authentic traffic signs defaced by graffiti and faded road markings. The idea behind M City was to create a safe and controlled environment to test driverless cars, after it was discovered that many accidents in previous tests involved pedestrians. If the roads are empty, testing is safer. Without such sites, experts believe it would take a lot longer to establish the efficiency and safety of new technology. Further tests are also being carried out in a snowy M City as driverless cars have to react to deteriorating weather conditions. It's exciting to take these first steps towards autonomous cars that work in foul weather, says Professor Edwin Olson from the University of Michigan.
B.
It's undeniably a city despite being hidden 40 metres underwater. With imposing city walls and entrance gates, this is China's real-life Atlantis. Xichang, or Lion City, was once an important centre in the eastern province of Zhejiang, and if it hadn't been for a decision to build a new hydroelectric power station, it would have stayed that way. But in 1959, a massive dam was built, and the city was flooded on purpose. 300,000 inhabitants had to be relocated, with many of them leaving their ancestral homes. The man-made lake that covered the metropolis meant that the thriving community was forgotten for more than 50 years. However, when the government realised how incredibly well-preserved it was, it decided to open the site to divers, who have since been rediscovering and remapping the city. Many claim that it could still almost function as a city if it wasn't for the water.
C.
It looks like something out of a sci-fi film, doesn't it? But if water levels continue to rise, aquatic or floating cities will be in high demand sooner than we think. Recent innovative designs have included floating platforms that incorporate agricultural fields and residential areas, as well as centres for education and light industry. One design even boasts skyscrapers covered in living green plants. In short, floating cities will have all the amenities you would expect from any new urbanisation. Skeptics are bound to ask if such an innovation can solve some of the issues facing cities today, such as overpopulation, pollution, and rising sea levels. Absolutely. In fact, town planners are certain that if they had paid more attention to these concerns years ago, they might have prevented the current housing crisis and flood risks. What is more, floating communities that are powered by renewable energy will be cleaner and more efficient. Great news for anyone keen on a greener lifestyle.
D.
Where can you find a shopping centre or a swimming pool in a busy city? Well, in Helsinki, Finland, you'll find them underground. That's because architects are now turning their plans upside down, literally, and going subterranean. Underground communities once thrived in Poland, Australia and China, amongst others. But if town planners knew about the benefits, they decided to ignore them. As a result, cities have sprawled, leaving little space for any more building. But things are changing, and in order to create extra space and maintain a low-rise skyline, Finnish architects have plans to keep housing on the surface but hide industry and public transport underground. In a country with increasingly severe winters, there are huge benefits. Subterranean buildings are naturally insulated, so residents can enjoy a warmer commute to work. If experts had had the knowledge years ago, those chilly mornings spent waiting at the bus stop could have been avoided for many.
Are you sure this is the right way to the Opera House?
I think so. I'll just have a look at my mobile. I've just downloaded a great map app. Oh no! My phone switched itself off again. I had it repaired just before this trip, but it's done it again. Can we use your phone?
My phone? I forgot to charge it this morning, and it's run out of battery. I'll need to charge it when we get back to the hotel.
What are we going to do without our phones? Where are we anyway? Can you see a landmark anywhere?
There's a large park over there. There's bound to be a sign somewhere nearby. Come on. Here's a sign. We're in Hyde Park. Isn't there a park in London with the same name?
Yeah. The guy told us this morning that this is the oldest park in Australia, and it was named after Hyde Park in London in the UK. Sydney Harbour should be straight ahead. We should be able to see the boats in the water soon. If we keep the sun to our left, we'll get to the Opera House in no time.
How did you work that out?
It's not that difficult. You do geography at school too, don't you? Look, there's a map here. We need to make for the north, so if the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, which way is north?
Are you making fun of me?
Why would I do that? It's straight ahead. Let's get going. Wow! These trees are stunning. They're so tall. I wish something could be done about the litter, though. Why can't people make more effort to clean up after their picnics? Eating and drinking shouldn't be allowed here.
Anna, we need to make sure we're going the right way, or we're going to miss everything.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to get us there.
Look, there's a family over there. Let's ask them for help.
Good idea.
Look who it is. It's Andy and his family from our tour group. What a coincidence. Andy!
What are you two doing here? Isn't this park incredible? Have you seen any flying foxes yet?
What are flying foxes?
Large bats. You can see them hanging in trees, or when they come out at sunset. They're really important for carrying plant seeds and pollen. They can sometimes fly up to 100 kilometers in one night.
Sounds creepy. I'm a bit scared of flying creatures. There aren't any here, are there?
Don't worry, only joking. They moved them to other parks a few years ago.
Look, Andy, we're trying to get to the Opera House. Do you know the way?
What's on?
It's the First Nations dance competition. Hundreds of Aboriginal dancers from all over Australia compete. Groups of dancers have to present 3 different dances: a welcome dance, a farewell dance, and a dance of their choice. It's free to watch.
Cool. Have you been to one of the street markets yet? We're headed for the Rocks Market.
What's that?
You'd love it. It's held every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You can buy handmade jewellery, clothes, crafts and so on there. But the street food definitely can't be missed.
Great. Actually, Andy, we're lost. Our phones are out of battery, and we should be making a move or we'll miss the competition.
The market's a short walk from the Opera House. We've just phoned for a taxi, so we can give you a lift if you like.
Oh, yes, please. If it isn't too much trouble.
Dad won't mind.
Thanks.
While we're waiting, I'm going to make the most of the time and take some photos of these trees.